Look, let's be honest, the phrase crypto scam is starting to sound as redundant as Banana Republic dictator or disappointing Jared Leto performance. We kind of assume if crypto is involved, someone, somewhere, is getting their virtual pockets picked. But what if I told you some of these scams might be getting an inside push? Forget the image of some guy in his mum's basement, hunched over a glowing screen of stolen Nigerian passwords. We're talking about the potential for compromised employees, people the system helping to grease the skids for these scams. Yeah, it's basically the plot of every heist movie, except instead of George Clooney looking dashing in a tuxedo, it's a bunch of bored tech workers in Patagonia vests, and the stakes? Higher than ever. The crypto world is already about as regulated as a bouncy castle in a hurricane, meaning proving foul play is like trying to nail jelly to a wall underwater during a sharknado, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least to understand what we're dealing with. So buckle up, because things are about to get shady. You know, one of the easiest ways to sniff out a scam online is that little blue check mark, right? A verified account, be legit, right? Well, not if someone on the inside is handing them out like participation trophies. We're talking hacked accounts, purchased accounts, accounts fast-tracked through verification with a wink and a nod from someone who's supposed to be guarding the henhouse. And it's not just about getting that initial blue tick. Think about how many times you've seen someone report an obvious scam account only for it to stay up for weeks, maybe even racking up victims. That's not an algorithm, folks. That's an inside job. Someone, somewhere, is hitting the ignore button on your very valid concerns. And why? Well, maybe they're being paid on the side, maybe they're being blackmailed, or maybe, just maybe, they're in on the scam themselves. Whatever the reason, that little blue check mark ain't worth the pixels it's printed on if someone's gaming the system. We all know social media algorithms are designed to keep us glued to our screens, endlessly scrolling like digital lab rats hopped up on engagement cheese. But what happens when that algorithm is being manipulated? Not just to show you another cat video, but to funnel you directly into a crypto scam. Imagine this. A post promoting a shady new coin gets an artificial boost from bots, or maybe even a little insider nudge to game the system. Suddenly, it's everywhere. At the top of your feed, in your suggested content, even popping up in your DMs like that friend from high school trying to sell you essential oils. It creates this illusion of legitimacy, of popularity, of, well, everyone else is talking about it, so it'll be fine. And before you know it, boom, you're remortgaging your house to buy into some janky NFT of a cartoon ape that's about to be worth less than a banana sticker. Chapter 3. They know where you crypto? Literally, let's talk about data, shall we? Specifically, data. Because while you're busy fretting over whether that Facebook quiz knows if you're secretly a Hufflepuff, there's a whole other level of creepy happening in the crypto world. We're talking about rogue employees with potential access to your private messages, your email address, even your physical location. All the ingredients for a targeted scam that feels too personal. Imagine getting a DM from what looks like a trusted friend, maybe even referencing something specific you discussed privately. Or an email seemingly from your crypto exchange, warning of suspicious activity and directing you to a very convincing but completely fake website. This isn't some random phishing attempt, this is next-level manipulation made possible by someone with access to information they shouldn't have. It's like having a stalker who also happens to work at the key-making kiosk. Not exactly a recipe for peace of mind, is it? Chapter 4. Shh! They're trying to warn you and getting silenced. You know what's almost as infuriating as the scams themselves? It's that moment when you see someone to warn others, to expose the scam only to have their posts shadowbanned, their accounts suspended, their voices effectively silenced. Meanwhile, the original scam is still up, still raking it in like a cockroach that somehow learned to play the stock market. It's the digital equivalent of putting a wet paint sign on someone's back and watching with amusement as they walk around obliviously. Except, in this case, the paint is actually a highly sophisticated crypto scam designed to drain your bank account, and the amusement is likely coming from the scammers themselves. Possibly with a side of knowing chuckle from whoever's helping them stay one step ahead. And that's the truly insidious part, isn't it? It's not just about the scams themselves, but the active suppression of information, the silencing of dissent that makes the crypto world feel like it's one rug pull away from total anarchy. Chapter 5. Hey, it's me! No, really. It's ever get the feeling you're being watched? Well, in the crypto world, you very well might be. And I'm not just talking about the usual surveillance state stuff, although, let's be honest, that's creepy enough on its own. No, I'm talking about the very real possibility of being impersonated by scammers who are so good. They make face-swapping deepfakes look like a middle school art project. We're talking cloned social media profiles, fake websites designed to mirror legitimate ones, even entire online personas crafted with the sole purpose of tricking you into handing over your hard-earned crypto. And you know what makes it even easier for them, having a little help from the inside. Think about it. Someone with access to verification tools could easily give a scammer that extra air of legitimacy. Someone with access to user data could feed them the information they need to create a scarily accurate impersonation. It's identity theft for the digital age, and it's happening right under our noses. Outro, don't get crypto ghosted. So what can you do to protect yourself in this wild west of digital deception? Well, for starters, be skeptical of everything. That blue check mark, meaningless. That viral post promoting a new coin, probably garbage. That DM from your friend asking for a small loan, block and report. Double, triple check everything. Verify identities outside the platform. Use multi-factor authentication like your digital life depends on it, because frankly it might. And for the love of Satoshi Nakamoto, if you're going to dabble in the crypto casino, at least keep the bulk of your holdings in a cold wallet, far away from the prying eyes of potential scammers. And let's be honest, the platforms themselves, because here's the harsh reality. The platforms aren't incentivized to fix this. They might make the right noises, issue the occasional apology, but until there's real regulation, real accountability, you're basically on your own. So stay vigilant, stay informed, and maybe consider investing in a good old-fashioned lockbox, the kind you have to physically break into. Because sometimes the old ways are the best ways, especially when the new ways involve a non-zero chance of getting digitally fleeced.